The morning light was soft, almost hesitant, as it touched the edges of my kitchen. It was a familiar kind of light, the kind that had greeted me for countless mornings. I moved through my routine with a practiced ease, my movements almost automatic as I prepared my breakfast. But something felt different. There was a stillness in me, a quiet anticipation that hung in the air. On the corner of the table, almost blending with the pale yellow tablecloth, lay an envelope. It was addressed to my employer, the words "Letter of Resignation" printed clearly on the front. I sipped my coffee, my gaze drifting towards the window. The world outside seemed to pulse with a life I didn't quite feel a part of. It was a feeling that had been growing within me for a while now, a sense of disconnect, of being a spectator in my own life. As I finally picked up the envelope, my fingers traced the words "resignation" as if trying to grasp their weight, their finality. With a deep breath, I tucked the envelope into my bag, ready to face the day and the choice it held.
The day at the office unfolded like countless others before it. The air hummed with a quiet efficiency, everyone absorbed in their tasks. Maya went through her day, her interactions with colleagues polite but distant. They exchanged pleasantries, discussed work matters, yet beneath the surface, Maya felt a profound sense of isolation.
It wasn't that anyone was unkind, it was more a sense of not truly connecting, of my presence barely registering beyond the tasks at hand.
The day dragged on, each passing hour amplifying Maya's feeling of detachment. She found herself staring out the window, watching the city below. The people rushing by seemed so full of purpose, their lives a stark contrast to the quiet monotony of her own. As the workday finally ended, Maya felt a wave of relief wash over her. But beneath that relief, a new feeling began to stir, a sense of anticipation for the unknown that lay ahead. Stepping out of the office building, Maya decided to walk home. The city was a symphony of sounds and motion, car horns blaring, music spilling out of cafes, the murmur of countless conversations. Yet, amidst the chaos, Maya found a strange sense of peace. She walked with no destination in mind, letting her feet carry her wherever they pleased.
The city, usually just a backdrop to my daily commute, now seemed to come alive with detail. I noticed the intricate carvings above doorways, the vibrant colors of street art, the laughter of children playing in a nearby park. These everyday moments, usually lost in the blur of routine, now held my attention.
As she walked, Maya felt a sense of detachment from the life she was leaving behind. It was a bittersweet feeling, like saying goodbye to a familiar melody that no longer resonated with her soul. Drawn by the warm glow of a familiar coffee shop, Maya stepped inside. She found a quiet corner table and ordered her usual. As she waited for her drink, she took out her notebook, her fingers tracing the worn leather cover. It was a ritual she had developed over the years, a way to process her thoughts and emotions.
Words flowed onto the page, capturing the turmoil of my thoughts, the resignation, the isolation, the longing for something more. I wrote about feeling invisible, about the years slipping away, about the fear of waking up one day and realizing I had let life pass me by.
Yet, amidst the uncertainty, a new thought began to emerge, tentative at first, then gaining strength with every word, a desire to rediscover herself, to embrace the possibilities that lay ahead.
Echoes of the past.
Returning home, a wave of fatigue washed over Maya. She went into her bedroom intending to change when her gaze fell upon an old cedar chest tucked away in a corner. It was filled with mementos from her past. Photographs, letters, trinkets that held a lifetime of memories.
Drawn by a sudden urge, I opened the chest, releasing the scent of cedarwood and thyme.
As she sifted through the contents, memories came flooding back. She saw herself as a young woman full of dreams, her laughter echoing through the photographs. She saw the faces of loved ones, some gone now, their presence lingering in the faded ink of letters.
Among the mementos, I found a small velvet pouch. Inside, nestled amongst tissue paper, lay a pair of worn ballet shoes.
Holding them in her hands, Maya felt a long-forgotten passion stir within her.
The following day, I found myself standing outside a dance studio. It was a small, unassuming place tucked away on a quiet street. Taking a deep breath, I stepped inside. The studio was filled with the sounds of music and laughter. Women of all ages and backgrounds moved gracefully across the floor. I hesitated for a moment, a wave of self-doubt washing over me. What was I doing here? I was too old, too out of practice.
It's never too late to dance.
Taking a deep breath, I stepped onto the dance floor. As the music filled me, I allowed myself to move, my body remembering long-forgotten steps. It wasn't perfect, but it felt liberating. Yet, Chloe sensed a change in me, a lightness in my demeanor she hadn't seen in a while. The comfortable rhythm of our conversation, a familiar comfort. We chatted about our lives. Later that week, I had dinner with my daughter, Chloe. "You seem different, Mom. Lighter somehow." About the rediscovery of my old ballet shoes. About the dance class. I smiled, a genuine smile that reached my eyes. I told Chloe about my decision to leave my job. "I'm proud of you, Mom. It's never too late to start over." That night, as I sat down with my notebook, a sense of peace settled over me. The words that flowed onto the page were different this time. They spoke of new beginnings, of rediscovering passions, of embracing the unknown with a quiet sense of hope. I wrote about the joy of movement, the comfort of old memories, the quiet strength I discovered within myself. As I wrote, the first rays of dawn peeked through the kitchen window, painting the room in a soft golden light. It felt symbolic, this new day breaking, mirroring the dawn of new possibilities in my own life. Closing my notebook, I took a deep breath, the air filled with the promise of a new beginning. I stepped outside, drawn by the beauty of the sunrise. The sky was ablaze with color, the rising sun casting a golden glow on everything it touched. I stood for a long moment, simply breathing in the fresh morning air, feeling the warmth of the sun on my face. As I watched the sunrise, I thought about the journey that lay ahead. There would be challenges, I knew, moments of doubt and uncertainty. But I also knew that I was ready. Ready to embrace the unknown, to explore the possibilities that life had to offer. The resignation letter was no longer a symbol of an ending, but a passport to a new beginning. And as the sun climbed higher in the sky, I turned and walked towards the day, my heart filled with a quiet sense of hope and anticipation. The future, once a source of uncertainty, now stretched before me, full of promise and possibility.